Hi children, welcome to today's chemistry class. What we studied in the last class? We were studying about the salts that we can prepare from common salt, isn't it? Yesterday we have studied about three different compounds, that is sodium hydroxide, bleaching powder and baking soda. Today we can study about some more compounds, okay? Today we can study about another important compound, that is washing soda. From the name itself we will get an idea what will be the use of this, isn't it? Washing soda, it is the main component in our detergents and it's chemically known as sodium carbonate decahydrate. The chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate decahydrate and its chemical formula is Na2CO3 10H2O. Here there is a speciality for this compound, that is 10 water molecules are attached to one molecule of this Na2CO3. In the chemical formula of washing soda, I told that Na2CO3 10H2O. Why there is 10H2O? Up to this much we didn't see like this, isn't it? We have studied the chemical formula of sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, then bleaching powder CaOCl2, then baking soda NaHCO3. Here in all these compounds there is no water molecule attached to it. But here in the case of washing soda, there are 10 water molecules attached to that. Okay. And there are some such compounds or such salts which contain a fixed number of water molecules attached to it. There will be a weak force of attraction between that salt and these water molecules. So when we are heating, that compound will easily lose these water molecules. Okay. So some salts, they contain a fixed number of water molecules attached to it, and such water molecules can be called as water of crystallization. Water of crystallization. And such salts are known as hydrated salts. The salts which contain water of crystallization are known as hydrated salts. And these hydrated salts, when we are heating, they will easily lose this water of crystallization and they become anhydrous salt. After losing water of crystallization, the remaining salt is known as anhydrous salt. So here in the case of washing soda, I told its chemical formula is Na2CO3 10H2O. That means it contains 10 water of crystallization. So when we are heating this washing soda, it will easily lose these 10 water molecules and we are getting anhydrous sodium carbonate, anhydrous Na2CO3. 10 water molecule is losing and it is changing into Na2CO3 alone. That is known as anhydrous sodium carbonate, and it is also known as, it is commonly known as soda ash. It is commonly known as soda ash. Okay. So there are so many other chemicals, so many other salts which contain this water of crystallization. Some more examples we have to study in this lesson itself. Now we can study what is the method of preparation of washing soda and what are the uses of washing soda. Okay. So the method of preparation, already we have seen that in the case of baking soda, when we are heating baking soda, it is changing into, it is undergoing thermal decomposition and producing sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide, isn't it? The equation is 2NaHCO3 on heating gives Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Here, during this heating of baking soda, we are getting Na2CO3, that is anhydrous sodium carbonate. And this anhydrous sodium carbonate is also known as soda ash, and this soda ash is dissolved in water. In minimum amount of water we have to dissolve it and we have to keep it for one night. In the next day, we will get the pure crystals of Na2CO3 10H2O. And that method is known as recrystallization. That process is known as recrystallization. Okay. So the recrystallization of soda ash will produce washing soda or Na2CO3 10H2O. That is the method of preparation. Okay. Next we have to study the uses of this washing soda. Already I told that is it is used for domestic purposes. The main component of detergent powders. It can be used for cleaning purposes. Then the next important use is it is used for the preparation of many other sodium compounds such as borax. Then it can be used for removing the permanent hardness of water. You heard about hardness of water? There are two kinds of water, that is hard water and soft water. In hard water, when we are rubbing soap, it will easily form lather. That kind of water is known as soft water, and there are some other kind of water, especially this borewell water and all. When we are rubbing soap, it will not form lather easily. That kind of water is known as hard water. Okay, and this hardness of water is due to the presence of some salts like calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, or calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, etc. Due to the presence of these salts, that water became hard water. So if we are removing that salt from water, we can make it into soft water. So for removing those salts from hard water, we are using this washing soda or Na2CO3. About this you will study in higher classes only. Now you understood this much. That is, this washing soda can be used for removing the permanent hardness of water. Then another important use of washing soda is it can be used as a laboratory reagent for many chemical reactions. Okay. The uses of washing soda are: it is used for cleaning purposes, it is used for removing the permanent hardness of water, it is also used in the manufacture of many other chemicals such as glass, paper, borax, etc. Then it is also used as a laboratory reagent. Okay. So this is about the washing soda. You have to study the method of preparation, its chemical name, then chemical formula and uses. Okay. So we have seen that washing soda is a salt which contains water of crystallization. So many other salts also there which contain water of crystallization. One more example, that is copper sulfate. Do you remember what is the color of copper sulfate? Yes, it is blue in color. And copper sulfate is a salt which contains water of crystallization, and it contains 5 water molecules attached to it. So what will be the formula of copper sulfate? Actual formula of copper sulfate is CuSO4 5H2O. 5 water molecules are there attached to one formula unit of a copper sulfate. Okay. Now what will be the chemical name of this copper sulfate? Copper sulfate pentahydrate. Penta means 5. Pentahydrate. Okay. So the chemical name of copper sulfate is copper sulfate pentahydrate. Commonly it is known as blue vitriol. Now already we have studied that this water molecules are attached, or this water of crystallization is attached by weak bonds. So when we are heating that salt, it will lose that water molecule very easily. So here also this copper sulfate pentahydrate, when we are heating, it will lose its 5 water molecules, and as a result it will change its color from blue to white. Actually copper sulfate pentahydrate is blue in color. When we are heating, it is losing its 5 water molecules, and as a result it will lose its blue color and changing into white color. Okay. The equation we can write like this: CuSO4 5H2O on heating gives CuSO4 plus 5H2O. The color is changed from blue to white. That we can observe by doing an activity, that is some amount of blue colored copper sulfate in a dry test tube. It should be dry. There should not be water, and heat that copper sulfate. So we can observe that gradually that blue color is changing into white. And along with that we can observe some water droplets stick on the dry parts of the test tube. Then after some time, when we are mixing that copper sulfate again with water, the blue color regains. It shows that this copper sulfate pentahydrate contains water molecule, and on heating it loses this water molecule, and after some time when we are mixing it with water or when we are moistening it, it again changing into hydrated salt. Okay. Now another salt which contains water of crystallization is plaster of Paris. Have you heard about plaster of Paris? Yes, it is the same substance doctors are using for bandaging our fractured bones. So this plaster of Paris, commonly known as POP. Plaster of Paris is its common name, and its chemical formula is CaSO4 half H2O. It contains only half water molecules as water of crystallization, and its chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. For half we are using the word hemi. Calcium sulfate hemihydrate is the chemical name of plaster of Paris. Have you ever gone to doctor for bandaging the fractured bones? If you have gone, you might know. What is the physical properties of plaster of Paris? What is its appearance? It is a white colored powder, very soft in nature. Okay, And when we are mixing it with water, the doctors or the nurses, whoever may be that, they are mixing it with water, and that paste is applying on our fractured area. Okay, so after mixing it with water, it becomes a hard solid substance, and that hard solid substance is known as gypsum. So when we are touching on that bandage, we can see that it is very hard in nature, isn't it? So that is changing into gypsum. Plaster of Paris, when we are mixing it with water, it is changing into gypsum. Okay, and that gypsum also a hydrated salt, that is its chemical formula is CaSO4 2H2O. CaSO4 2H2O. So can you tell what will be its chemical name? Calcium sulfate dihydrate. For 2 we are using the word di. Calcium sulfate dihydrate, that is the chemical name of gypsum. Okay, so these two are other examples for the salts which contains water of crystallization. Now we have to study how this plaster of Paris is prepared. Already we have seen that this gypsum, it contains 2 water molecule, and plaster of Paris contains only half water molecule. So if some water molecules are lost from gypsum, it will be changing into plaster of Paris, isn't it? So on heating gypsum to a particular temperature, that means 200 degrees Celsius. When we are heating gypsum up to 100 degrees Celsius, it will lose 1.5 water molecule, and it will be changing into CaSO4 half H2O. CaSO4 half H2O, that is plaster of Paris. So this can be used as the method of preparation of plaster of Paris, that is heating gypsum up to 100 degrees Celsius. So the equation we can write like this: CaSO4 2H2O on heating, and above the arrow we have to write 100 degrees Celsius. It will changing into CaSO4 half H2O plus 1.5 H2O will be lost. Okay. The equation can be written like this: CaSO4 2H2O gives CaSO4 half H2O plus 1.5 H2O. Then again I told, when we are mixing this plaster of Paris with water, it will again change back into gypsum. The reverse reaction will take place. Clear that? So this is the method of preparation and chemical name, chemical formula of plaster of Paris and gypsum. Now next we have to study about the uses of plaster of Paris. That you know, the main use of plaster of Paris is to bandage our fractured bones. Then it can be used for making toys and statues. That also we have seen, isn't it? Some toys are made with plaster of Paris, so it can be used for making toys and statues. Then this gypsum, it is used for making the surfaces smooth. These are the uses of plaster of Paris. It is used for bandaging fractured bones. It is used for making toys and statues, used in making surfaces smooth, and it is also used for making chalks. With this topic, our second lesson over. In this lesson, we have discussed about acids, bases and salts. In the case of acids and bases, their physical and chemical properties, those reactions are very, very important. Okay. Now in the case of salts, which are the important salts, this last topic is very, very important. You have to study that compulsorily. Okay. Only this much for today. Thank you.